Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be getting my Erin Condren Family Organizer, my main monthly planner, all set up for the month ahead, which is October. Always love putting these together. I just absolutely love this planner. It's just so much fun. I use this to organize pretty much everything in my life. This has just really become a very central hub for planning and also memory keeping and journaling. And I'm really excited to get it set up for October. So we will start with a flip through and completion of my September spreads. I'm gonna flip through everything that I worked on throughout the month of September so you can see all my completed and also journaling pages. We're gonna do a little bit of that journaling together as well. And then after that, we'll go into a sped up voiceover plan with me of my October pages. And then I will come back at the very end and show you everything completed. This month, I'm going to be using this sticker kit from Simply Gilded. This was from the fall seasonal box and I just absolutely love this, but also this blue is just like such a good match for the blue in the planner. This is the Harmony Neutral colorway. So we've got some stickers to play with here. We'll have some fun with that. I don't always use stickers in here, but I do always use washi and we're gonna just have some fun and mix it up. So I have a bunch of Simply Gilded washis, the ones from the fall box, but some other ones as well. And then of course I've got tons of pens and markers pulled out because I do need 7 colors for my color coding system in this planner. So if all of that sounds good, I'm gonna go ahead. We'll start with that September flip through and then just dive in. We're actually just gonna get started with a little bit of book journaling where I of course have my book stickers that I print myself every month. I'm actually also gonna bust out some stamps. I'm super excited with how this turned out. I am not a big stamper, but I actually recently just got sent some stamps from rubberstamps.com. So thank you so much to them. And then I also remembered that I had some from Go Wild and I just was like, oh, I wanna try this out in here. I did test it on EC paper first in a notebook to make sure it was okay, and it was. So I did it, and it was honestly so much fun, but I made such a huge mess. Anyway, I read 3 Brandon Sanderson books this month. One was a novella, but the other 2 are quite long, and honestly, like his novellas are the length of a regular book. They were amazing. I'm obsessed with this series. I can't wait to read the next one. And that series is the Stormlight Archives, by the way. Then I also listened to on audiobook a book called An Improbable Season, which is described as a YA Regency. And I found this very enjoyable. I'm not a big audiobook person, but I really like this. It centers around 3 teenage girls in their debut season, one of whom I absolutely hated. I really enjoyed 2/3 of this book. One character was just so awful and irredeemable, and I don't think she was meant to be, but yeah, anyway, the rest of the story I liked, and if the idea of a Regency that is very PG appeals to you, definitely check this out. Last book I read was Farrell Covington and the Limits of Style, and I think this was just a case of like mismatched expectations to reality. The description was giving very Less vibes, which is a Pulitzer Prize winning novel, and I just was kind of expecting it to be like much more literary and I don't know, highbrow, but it very much wasn't. And those were my September reads. All right, so let's take one last flip through my September pages, and I'm gonna try and be really careful so that I don't get ink all over them because I am an inky mess from that book journaling. So here was my calendar, my recurring schedule, and my 1-page goal summary. Some school stuff, dates, some notes on the routine refresh, and then here was that book journal that we did, plus the milestones and achievements, and also the other journal. Did not really use my listing place here a lot. I have a lot of random lists from this month, like in my daily planner and just other places, and on my phone. Again, this month was super, super busy. I did not do any photos for this month. I will still do that. I think I am gonna do that in October together, and we'll just do like some fall fun pages and back to school stuff once I have a little bit more time. Still trying to catch up on everything here. I really like the way that this looks this month, and my memory keeper, my line a day memory keeper. So with that, we can dive into my October pages. So I'm gonna just start setting up the calendar with some of the date covers from the kit. I just thought they were so pretty and I wanted to use the floral one, the Simply Gilded 4 sets of date covers, but I did go for the pattern one. And then I'm gonna pull in the washi that was also from the fall sub box. This is all from the sub box, and I just love this washi. The leaves on this just give me such Heartstopper vibes. I just think this is so pretty and it's fun. And I love like this pale soft color palette for the month. It matches so well with the blue in the kit in the planner, but also it's just like a very fun different kind of color palette than you usually would see in October. So I was really, really into it. this month is not as busy as last month, thank goodness. I still have some big things coming up, one of which that I'm going to write in here, which I'm super excited about, is I'm actually teaching a class for Michael's. It's a web class. It's actually going to be next week from when this video is up. So this video is coming out on Sunday and the class will be on Tuesday. I'll leave the link to sign up in the description of this video. It's completely free. It's sponsored by Zebra Pen and Michael's. I'm so excited. We're going to be doing some fall leaf doodles and then we're going to be transforming those into kid-friendly crafts. So I'm really excited. We've been having so much fun with all of these crafts all season long in our house, and I can't wait to share them with you all as well. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, definitely check out the link and sign up. The class is Tuesday, October 10th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope to see you there. As far as the structure of these pages go, I'm still doing everything the same. I do have 7 categories now. I was at 6 at the beginning of the year, but I did add back in the house category. Just we have a lot of stuff going on. This might be the last month that I actually need that category. We have been renovating our basement and it's actually almost done. The workers are here today putting in the doors and the trim, and then pretty much it's just like painting and a couple of I think the plumber has to come again, and then that's it. So we're really excited about that. But I had added in that extra category because I felt like we had so many appointments that I was keeping track of at the house because I had to be here to like let the workers in and to check off different things. So I felt like I needed that extra category, but I think after this month I probably won't need it anymore and we can probably go back to the regular 6 categories. And those categories are work, stuff related to my freelance business, channels and social media, kid stuff, appointments, then those are like out of the house appointments, and then I just have a category for others where I use for like family celebrations, holidays, birthdays, anything I need like that. I have a couple of events scattered throughout the month that I had already known about before the month start, but overall, again, just a much less busy month than September. And the way that I store this information before the month ahead, is I actually just use Google Calendar. That for me is just much easier to plan out. Like, you know, if I get an invitation for something that's in May, which is something that happened this month, I'm going to go ahead and put that in my Google Calendar. I'm not going to worry about putting that in a planner right now. And then when we get a little bit closer, I will make sure that it's in my planner. I think that it's just for me, that's a really happy balance between digital planning and like functional paper planning, and I get a lot of value out of both of those together, and like the combination of both of those definitely make my life run a lot smoother. Especially, I think that the digital tools, particularly like when you can share them, like if you have a partner or something, being able to share them between the accounts is really helpful. But for me, sitting down and looking at the whole month before it starts or right at the beginning of the month is also really helpful, because this will help me pick what projects I'm going to work on, what I decide I have bandwidth for in terms of my freelance business and in terms of social media and just other obligations. It kind of helps me get a whole big picture of the month. And that's really what this whole planner is dedicated to. Journaling pages aside, because that's more of a look back, but the forward-looking pages in this are really just like a big picture, everything that's going on in the month. These are my priorities. These are the projects that I'm going to pick based on the schedule that I can fit in and, you know, kind of work towards, etc. And I think that this pairs really well with with all of the work that I do in my goal setting planner, in my Moxie Life. The two of these together just definitely form like a little monthly central planning hub. And this planner is always open on my desk, and it's usually open to the monthly calendar page, and then I'll flip through as needed, and I do update it as well throughout the month. Anytime anything else gets scheduled on that would have been on the calendar before the month, if it gets scheduled in the month, it also goes on the calendar. So now I'm setting up the dashboard page here, as I like to call it. This one has the recurring schedule, which I love this. It really frees up my monthly calendar because I'm not putting the same thing that happens every single week in my planner, and that's been like a really good adjustment. I like having my calendar look a little bit cleaner, pulling some of this stuff out of there. And it's freed up the calendar spread and made it look a lot less busy so that it's a little bit more readable, which has been nice. And then the other two things that go on this page is I keep a list of work projects for my freelance business, and then also a list of appointments that I need to schedule. Basically my to-call list. And I have a couple of things that I still need to schedule on there that I just want to be aware of. Then at the bottom, I put a little extra color code. I did this last month and I really liked it. For the first time ever this year, my two older kids have activity schedules that are like different from each other, but stuff is at the same time. So I just want to color code for stuff that's both kids and stuff that's just my son and stuff that's just my oldest daughter. My little one doesn't have any after school activities yet. She's only 3, but that's been really helpful. My oldest is really starting to have a lot of activities. She was actually saying the other day on the ride home, she was like, I only don't have activities after school on Tuesdays and Fridays, so I really just need to relax today and enjoy it. I was laughing so hard. No, it's totally adorable. But she really enjoys all of the activities she has. But we're definitely having a much busier school year this year than we had in years past. And I expect that will probably continue to grow and get busier as the kids get older. Also put recurring work projects in there. I have stuff that I write every week, so that goes in there. And then I also put like recurring chores and household things that I do in there as well. I don't really put any social media stuff in there. I do use my Laurel Denise planner for that. And then I like this little box at the bottom to do a little bit of decorating or a quote box. And of course I went with the stickers this month since I had so many gorgeous stickers to use. And then I'm also going to grab a dot marker to do just like some decorative dots. And I have been loving that lately. Just like kind of decorating things or making little doodles with the dot marker. It's super fun and really cute. It's obviously super easy. I'm just kind of dotting things around. I use one of the Erin Condren ones. That's the dark blue. And then that oatmeal colored one is from the Zig Clean Color one. Those are the single dot markers, but not the double-sided ones. I actually like those ones so much better than the double-sided ones, so I really try and use those ones whenever I can. This side we have like the big picture. I'm going to pick 3 themes for this month. Like I said, I don't know. This is just a much more relaxing month than September, and I'm trying to really embrace that, but I also do still have all of this dental work going on. It will be all finished up, hopefully, fingers crossed if everything goes well, by the end of this month. I did already have at the beginning of this month my next appointment, so 2 of 3 appointments, and now I have the third one will be towards the end of this month. Renovation, and then just like a bunch of fall stuff. We still have to go to the farm to go to the pumpkin patch, and my brother's actually having a really big fall festival party, so that should be fun as well. And just any other kind of seasonal stuff we can do, let's cram it into October, not to mention Halloween, of course, so I'm excited for that. And then on this side, this is kind of like from my Moxie Life planner, the ones that are more concrete tasks, and then sometimes I'll kind of break them down a little bit or roll them up, just depending on what I think makes sense, and I'll use that to kind of create a monthly to-do list. And then in the bottom section here where there's the habit tracker space, which I don't think makes sense to be a habit tracker, what I've actually been doing is like some routine mapping. I did this last month as well, and I found it really helpful. Last month I did the kids' routines because that's what we were really focused on, and for this month I did top section. I'm about to write down my ideal weekly planning routine, so like all of the steps that I want to do in my weekly planning routine. On the bottom one, I'm going to write my ideal morning routine, which is a routine that I'm really focused on for this month. I'm focused on both of those routines for this month. That's why I chose to do those. I figure with a less busy month, it's a good time to really just focus in on both of those things and kind of work on them, especially my morning routine, which I do feel like has really been lacking lately. And a lot of times I've been just like kind of lingering in bed, playing on my phone, not wanting to get up, etc. And that's really not helpful. And I actually just feel so much better for the day when I just like wake up when I'm supposed to and just start doing stuff and get going, because I am such a morning person. So I do find that really helpful. So then these 2 pages, the one that I'm doing now and the one right next to it, this is like my kind of kids-centric planning zone. So the school page, I'm splitting up between my different school obligations, which I am now the room parent for my oldest's daughter in the elementary school, which I really did not want to be. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't mind doing it, but I am on the board of the PTA. I'm the treasurer for our school's PTA, and no one in my daughter's class volunteered to be the room parent. So I am the default choice. I'm happy to do it. It's not my favorite thing to do, but maybe it will be better with the older kids because I've actually only ever done it in the preschool rooms before. Unfortunately, there's another boardroom parent in the class with me, so she's also going to do it with me, and we will just make it happen. And I love my daughter's 2nd grade teacher. She's just honestly so amazing, and it's been a really wonderful classroom experience. So I will just do my best to make it great and fantastic for the kids and for the teacher, because they obviously obviously deserve it. It's just I am just a little bit concerned about the amount of volunteering obligations that I have for this year. Hopefully we can balance it out, and also hopefully we can kind of recruit some more parents to help out with various activities and events. So then these 2 pages will be my journaling pages, and the first one here where I'm putting this adorable books washi, which is new fall book washi this year from Simply Gilded. I am putting my reading journal for the next month, which I feel like I've read nothing so far, although I guess we're only like about a week into October. But again, I just feel like, I don't know, I've kind of slowed down reading a little bit lately, which is totally fine. I think summer's kind of my peak reading season because we're at the beach so much, and you know, who doesn't love to read on the beach? But anyway, these other page on the other side here is the top part is just I highlight like one milestone or achievement or one little journaling piece for each of the of my 3 kids, and then the bottom is just my little journaling section. Whatever I feel like journaling about goes down at the bottom there. And then the next set of pages are blank, and the first set I use for my split listing pages. So any projects that I have, I can just put them out on this thing. And the first thing that I actually did was just create a list of things that are still pending for the basement and things that we still need to do. Some of this is construction related, the tail end of construction, but most of it is actually just stuff we want to buy for the basement. Like we want to get a couch for down there and a TV. A lot of this is probably going to be happening over Black Friday, so we're just like really trying to keep an eye on it and all the things we want. And then I also put a couple of stickers down on these 2 pages, which is just like the guided prompts memory keeping, and then this here, which is my line a day memory keeper. I also added in just a touch more deco. I'm going to do a little bit of lettering, and I wanted to make sure I remembered to write down what everyone's Halloween costume was so that I didn't forget, so I put a spot in there for that as well. All right, that is everything all finished up. Let's take one last flip through my October pages. Here is my monthly calendar, my recurring schedule, projects, and my goals and themes page. Then we've got my little school breakdown here, some dates to remember. Not sure what I'm going to use this for yet, so we'll see on that. Space for my book journal, although we'll see. I picked the book washi for this one, so super, super cute. I may end up pulling that sticker up. We'll see how I'm feeling about book journaling. I had fun with the stamps this month, but I might want to bring in some stickers or something. We'll see. I feel like my book journal keeps getting like just a little bit fancier every time, so we'll see what happens. I really like the way that I set up this page. And then my split listing stuff here. I already have some stuff to check off that, so we're doing good. This will be for my photo spread, and then we also caught up on my line a day memory keeper for October. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know something you'll be working on this month down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and you can check me out on Instagram and TikTok for even more planner fun, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye!